I can't believe it's already the end of June. The garden is looking great. It's my favorite month of the garden because everything is starting to bloom. It's lush. It hasn't reached the jungle phase, which is going to come in July, August. And that's when things get crazy and it's kind of like everyone's on their own. Instead of doing a montage of this past month, I'm going to do a garden walk and just show you everything that is growing. Here are some zinnias. This is one of two raised beds that I have. And all my zinnia varieties in the raised beds are Floret Originals, different varieties. They're all starting to bloom, good layers of petals coming in. So pretty. Here is my raised bed of dahlias, which are also Floret Originals, all started from seed, which means I will not know what the blooms look like in advance, but they're all so gorgeous. They're slowly starting to bloom. I did plant the dahlias in a different spot of the garden this year, a spot that was more full sun. I feel like last year it was part shade, and maybe that's why they didn't do so well and got powdery mildew pretty early in the season. They're all looking good now. There's another dahlia, Floret Original, that are starting to bloom. This one got so big. I did give all the dahlias kind of a haircut, trimmed off all the lower leaves just to help with the airflow, so to minimize the risk of powdery mildew. So hopefully that helps. So pretty. Here are all the black-eyed Susans that I planted. There are 3 different varieties: Prairie Sun, Cherry Brandy, and another one that I feel like I should know the name by now, but I don't. It's this one. I love the different layers and colors of orange and red. They're so pretty. Here are the volunteer sunflowers that I decided to leave alone, and I am regretting that decision a little bit because they are growing too tall for the enclosure, so I don't know what to do. And below we have the 3 varieties of peppers. Some jalapenos are already starting to come in. Plant's still a little small, so I probably should have stopped that sooner so it can grow bigger, but it is what it is. This area is kind of a mix of zinnias, some dwarf dahlias, black-eyed Susans, another one with layers of petals, some marigolds. These are some dwarf zinnias. They're coming in. And these right here are volunteer black-eyed Susans, and I honestly think they were crossbreeded between the Cherry Brandy and Prairie Sun and got this beauty here. I'm so happy I didn't pull this out in April. I saw the seedling. Here is some celosia, a few different varieties that are also Floret Originals. I have cut a few already. They're coming in. I love their velvety blooms. And the foxgloves are starting to bloom. I do think I maybe overcrowded it a little bit, but it was my first year and I'm learning. But the blooms are so gorgeous. Some darker purple here. I definitely will grow these again next year. The snapdragons have been the star of the garden in June. I have cut maybe 4 or 5 vases worth of flowers and brought them inside. They are blooming. I do have to deadhead some. They've been consistently blooming. It is going to get hot, really hot next week, so they might slow down a bit. so well. This raised bed are dwarf sunflowers. I did something different this year. I also put them in a different spot. And I did dwarf because with the enclosure, last year the sunflowers grew so tall and were just up against the ceiling, and just their blooms really didn't turn out that well. This is a volunteer sunflower that I left. It is budding, so hopefully it blooms before it gets to the top. So that's pretty much it. Again, the garden is looking great. I will have a kind of a companion piece over on my Substack where I kind of go into detail about things and a little bit of a reflection. And also this month, it's very exciting. A family of robins decided to make a nest in our yard, and it looks like 4 or 5 babies have hatched. And yeah, we're excited and watching them every day, and even almost got attacked by dad. Yeah, it's pretty great. And so we'll share some cute clips afterwards. Thanks for watching. Bye.